Hello, my darlings. Today, we are going to try on a new pair of pantyhose. Now, this is a brand that I don't buy often, Fiore. And I don't not buy it because it's not a good brand. It's just, you know, sometimes you have your preferences, you have your go-tos, and Fiore is not one that I buy often. But I've heard some great things about it, so I want to maybe change that. I ordered this pair. They are patterned tights, and they are actually not tan, not black, but midnight blue. I'm sure if you've been following me for a while, you know that I tend to favor the classics, the tan and the black, the nude, the French linen, the doré, those sort of colors, but I rarely wear a navy blue. Navy blue is a tough fashion choice, I think, because it's hard to match to things. You have to get the blue right. So let's see how it goes. I've put together a little outfit that I think might work with navy blue pantyhose. Let's find out. So, they are definitely, what does it tell me about the denier here? They're not giving me any denier information on the package. I'm sure it must have said on the website, but I don't remember. They do feel thick though. They feel like tight and not a pantyhose, which is a definition difference that maybe exists in North America, but not so much in Europe or the UK. I know in the UK, all pantyhose also get called tights. But here in North America, I tend to call tights things that are thicker. So I'm gonna get them on and I'll be right back. Look at those. What do we think? Pretty cute, aren't they? Now, I wasn't sure if this diamond pattern was going to be too much with the skirt, because the skirt also has a check pattern. I thought it might be a bit too busy, but honestly, I'm really happy with how it looks. I think it's very, very fun, but then again, I really like pattern on pattern. That's definitely something that I enjoy when I'm styling an outfit. So these are very good for that. They're a very heavy denier, I'm sure, like a very thick tight. I'm gonna guess that they're at least a 40. They feel equivalent to a neon 40 in terms of weight and opacity. But I think they're very nice. I want to give you a good idea of the full scope of the pattern. I like that the pattern is woven in and not just printed on. Let me see if I can bring it a little closer to you so you can see. There, see that? Make sure. Yeah. So it's woven in. It's woven in to the tights. It's not printed onto the tights, which is definitely something that I want in a quality tight. There are times when I am okay with a printed pattern or a pattern printed onto a tight. Sometimes there are things that are just too difficult to do. And sometimes you want it to be in a different color. So that would make sense usually when they're weaving a pattern, or the pattern is part of the weave of the tight, part of the structure of the fabric. They're limited to the amount of colors that they can use. As you see, this is just one color, it's just navy blue. I think these are really, really, really cute. here so you can get the full impact of the whole leg. And I do want to put a shoe with them because when I try on tights, how they feel in a shoe is important as well. Sometimes there's a seam that makes it difficult, or if they're very slippery, you have to wear a certain kind of shoes that you can't use, like wear a mule or something like that. So I have a few different pairs of shoes. I couldn't decide whether to go with same color, like a navy, which is what this is. Obviously, this is really fun because of the little bit of white piping on them. I'm trying to remember where these shoes are from. These are Anne Klein shoes. And I do love that little contrast pop of the white. I think that's a pretty exciting look, a very fun look. Another nice bit of detail, and sort of calls back to my little white tank top under the yellow sweater, or I could go with a shoe that is yellow to connect back to my cardigan. You know, librarians, we love our cardigans. And I am certainly not one to dispute that stereotype. These are very well-worn shoes. I've had them for a little while. Where are they from? They're BCBG. So let me give you the two looks. I already have a preference. I already have one that I like better than the other. Let's see. I'm gonna find that little spot where it does up. Sometimes it's hard to find the hole. That's what she said. Please forgive my corny Michael Scott humor. There. I got it. I got it. The struggle is very real sometimes. So, which shoe do we like better? The yellow to connect back to the sweater, or the white piping? It's actually a really tough decision. Styling tights is one of my favorite things, like styling outfits with tights, and you should never forget the shoes. I'm gonna go, I think, with the navy blue. Controversial opinion. Yes, the navy blue. That's what we're gonna go with. So these are gonna come off. Take this one off. This is also reading very much as a summer sandal, which I'm not saying you can't do with a tight. I've definitely styled a look like that before, but I do think this little open toe Mary Jane is a bit more tights friendly. Again, you can wear any kind of shoes with tights. I'm not saying you can't, but this one just looks a little bit more like what people are expecting to see. I don't know why I always choose the most difficult shoes possible to put on when I make a video, but I think it might be because it's worth doing even if it's hard. That's what she said. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys, I just can't help it. There we go. That is the look. Oh yeah, that's definitely the look. I love that. Very cute. Look at those little shoes. I'm really happy with that look. Very happy with this look altogether. This is gonna be great at the library. Very eye-catching. And still work appropriate. And very fun for if I'm leaving work and going out for drinks or something like that. Going to be social or have dinner. This is a look that I can take from the office out on a date maybe, you know, if I'm lucky. So I'm gonna say, yeah, Fiore definitely lived up to the hype for these ones. I love a good pattern tight. The quality is excellent. The feel is very luxurious. There's no scratchiness, there's no discomfort. They went on easy, and they're gonna stay on all day. Very nice hand feel. Very nice pattern. And I'll let you know how they wear. I don't expect them to run easily. They're definitely a high enough denier that they're going to be durable. I have no doubt about that. But you know me, I'm definitely gonna put them through their paces. Anyways, thank you for watching. Give me your feedback. Let me know if you enjoy Fiore or are a fan of pattern tights, as am I. And I'll see you next time that I decide to try on a pair of tights. Bye, tights fans. Pantyhose fans. Stockings fans. Hosiery lovers. Thanks for watching. Bye.